You're sitting in a coffee shop. The person across you seems normal, charismatic, even. They're telling you a story and you're hanging on every word. You feel a connection. You feel understood. But some things feels off. You can't place it. You leave the conversation feeling drained, confused, or strangely guilty. You might think you just had a bad day. But what if I told you that you might have been the target of a psychological operation? Not by a spy agency, but by someone using dark psychology. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela, and I've been creating this content for the last 2 years, and my goal is simple: to help you understand why you're having a problem and how you can solve it. Today, we're pulling back the curtains on the invisible weapon used by manipulators. We aren't just talking about simple lies, we are talking about the systematic exploitation of the human mind. We're talking about dark psychology. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will start seeing these patterns everywhere. Now, the question is, what is dark psychology? So, what exactly is dark psychology? It's not a formal field of science that you can get a degree in, but it's a very real concept. It's the study of how certain people use psychological principles like empathy, trust, and fear to manipulate and control others for their own gain. Like that Agodi Baba of Rajasthan in 2025. I will tell you the story. Think of it like this. Emotional intelligence is a superpower. It allows you to read a room, connect with people, and resolve conflicts. But in the wrong hands, it's the same power. The same power becomes a weapon. It's used by people who exhibit traits of narcissism and psychopathy. These aren't just villains in movies. They are the co-workers who takes credit for your work, the partner who makes you feel crazy, or the stranger online who knows exactly which emotional button to push. Now, the truth that lies. Tactic number 1. Let's look at the first weapon in their arsenal. It's called altering. This is the art of deception and the deceptive truth. The manipulator tells you something which is factually correct, but they deliberately leave out the context that would make it a lie. Imagine you're on a first date. They look great. Okay. Now, they say all the right things. They tell you that I'm a really open person. My last partner and I even share our social media passwords. Totally transparent. Sounds honest, right? You will think that, wow, this person is so open-minded. It's the truth. They did share passwords. But what they powdered, what they hide, is that the relationship was destroyed by toxic jealousy. And that they were monitoring each other every time, each other's every move. They use the truth to build a false impression. They aren't lying, they are hiding. Half of the story maybe. And it makes them incredibly difficult to call out, because technically they didn't say anything false. They did share. But what happens after is something which they don't tell. Now, the next move is what's the most psychological devastating tactic: gaslighting. And you know what? I definitely know you don't know that. Named after classic 1944 film. You don't know that, I know. This is when someone makes you doubt your own perception of reality. Now, imagine, a scenario. A man. Did you just push the glass off the counter? Now, there's a woman. What are you talking about? You knocked it over. You're always so clumsy. Man, I was standing right here. I didn't touch it. I think you need to have more sleep because someone is forgetting things a lot lately. Now, in that moment, The victim isn't being just blamed, they're being taught that their memory is faulty. Over the time, this constant denial of reality makes the victim depend on the manipulator that yes, maybe he's right, maybe she's right. They stop trusting their own mind and start relying on the manipulator to tell them what is real or what is right. It is a slow, silent erosion of the self. Now, tactic number 3, the love bomb. Now, this next one sounds nice at first. It feels like a fairy tale. It's called love bombing, that's why. This is an intense and overwhelming display of affection used to gain control. It's like, I've never met anyone like you. On the first date, I love you. By the second week, it's constant compliments, grand gestures, and future telling. They want to make you feel like you're the most special person in the world, and that only they can make you feel this way. But here's the catch. Once you're hooked, once you're emotionally dependent on the intense, high affection, the affection disappears. It becomes a tool. They give it to reward you and withhold it to punish you. Love wasn't the destination, girl. It was the bait. Just a bait. If you remember, I've told you that there's a story of a Agori Rajasthani Baba in India or from India in 2025. Indian police arrested a 20-year-old man. It's a chilling case and from Rajasthan. To the world, he was a powerful spiritual healer known as the Agoriji Rajasthan on Instagram. He had thousands of followers. He offered solutions for heartbreak, family problems, and even boyfriend control. He used a perfect blend of fear and influence. First, he would target emotionally vulnerable people. He would tell them their house was haunted. And how he do that is the most amazing part. Oh my god. That dark forces were behind them, and to prove it, he sent them pictures of ghostly figures in their own home. Except they weren't ghosts. Now I want to make a guess. What are they actually? They were generated by artificial intelligence. Yeah. He used AI to create fake demons. One victim, terrified for her safety, paid him over 1 lakh rupees to cleanse her home. He took the money, blocked her, and disappeared. He used Instagram Reels to cast a wide net, paid for ads to find the most vulnerable, and use AI to create proof of his power. He manipulated over 50 people before he was caught. This is the power of dark psychology for the digital age. It's not just about reading body language anymore. It's about understanding how algorithms work, and AI can be weaponized to exploit fear. So be aware and be safe. This brings us to an interesting point about control. In thrillers, rather use and often like a physical device to create suspense, a cursed videotape, or a deadly trap, a car that kills. We all have seen that. But in real life, the devices are less obvious. The device might be your own phone, ringing the notifications designed to trigger dopamine hits and keep you scrolling. It might be a social media algorithm designed to feed you content that makes you angry or afraid because that keeps you engaged. The manipulators are using these devices to hack our attention and our emotions, just like that in a horror movie. So the first step to surviving is recognizing the trap. So, how do you protect yourself in a world where the truth can be weaponized and AI can create ghosts? Psychologists have raised a few key points to shield yourself. First, educate yourself. So important. Just by watching this video, you're building resistance. You're being aware now. You're learning the game, the tactics, gaslighting, altering, love bombing, and, superstition. And you can fight what you can name. So, first, know what you're fighting for. Second, trust your gut. If a conversation leaves you feeling confused, drained, or guilty for no reason at all, your internal alarm is ringing. Don't ignore it. You don't need to prove you're manipulated. You just needed to step aside, that's it. And third, set hard boundaries. Manipulators thrive in gray areas when you're not definite. They need you to question yourself. When you set a clear boundary that I don't want to discuss this, or I want to discuss this topic, I need space. So you just short circuit their own entire game. Their own game, what they have planned for you. Dark psychology is a terrifying reality. It takes the very best part of human nature, our trust, our love, our desire for connection, and turns them into a weapon. But knowledge is the antidote. The more we understand these invisible forces, the harder we are to manipulate. Don't be afraid of the dark, be aware of it. Have you ever witnessed these tactics in your own life? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, stay aware. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!